What has been your salvation?
Music.
Yeah, from the early start in your life?
From the very first minute. It's been my salvation because once, without music I wouldn't be able to come out of Brazil, my country, which I love and all, but if I would have stayed there, I don't believe I would be able to do what I do today, you know.
And let's say if you didn't have the music, what would you probably turn out to do, let's say, for now? Or is it hard
a 10th grade football player.
10th grade, drinking and football, playing football.
Yeah, you know, like, I love football, but I'm not a football person. I met those guys before, you know. They're a different kind of breed. I have the privilege to meet even Pelé and people like that. I feel the different breed, like we are different breed of people, you know. So I wasn't really made for football, although I love it. I couldn't be that disciplined. That, you know, for me, so music for me is like, you know, if you get some football guys like music and try to be a musician, it's horrible, you know. They should stick with football.
Okay, that's true.
It's happened, you know.
Okay.
It's same with movies and musicians. Sometimes when they cross over, it's like, wow, don't do that.
It's terrible for your ears. Then
it's like stick to what you're good with,
and what was the first time you had, let's say, that musical salvation feeling? What song, or maybe what moment, or?
I think it's hard to say. I think.
Let's say, when were you first aware of the specialness of music for you?
Early in the early Sepultura days, where we could not even play that well. We were horrible, but we had this attitude and this something about it. Getting that we make everybody look at us, you know. It was like people could not turn away, and that's what we got us Sepultura sign in the first place. And then that just kind of grow and grow, almost on a non-stop way, still today, in different ways and levels. But I became fascinated with music. That there's so much you can do with music. That's really universal and endless. You know, just gotta use your mind, use the power of your mind, and there's no limits really. You know, like like Muhammad Ali said, you know, the man without imagination has no wings. You know, he can't fly. So I think music is forever. You know.
But is this for you, let's say, something that every time that you want to start, let's say, a song, or then you just look for something new, or how do you incorporate that in your music? Is it something you have natural, or just you start a song and then you just let the song grow, or how do you start that for you? Let's say to grow in the music.
They're all different. Every song is different from each other, but a lot of it is come from, you know, I think like I dedicate the albums to God and stuff. I think in a weird way, I'm just taking dictation, you know, from somewhere that I don't know, and writing even some lyrics, and sometimes even I myself don't understand 100% what they mean, you know, but I just write and it feels natural, the same as with the music.
So you're just a medium then?
In a way, yeah. I mean, of course, we got some kinds of riffs that are standard and things like that. But I think what it is about music is everybody got all the same notes, and you got as everybody else. It's how you use those notes, how you put your personality into your instrument. That's what makes you, I think, the musician, because you put yourself inside those notes.
But wasn't it hard, let's say, at one point, because, well, you have boundaries within the metal, you say, let's say you have to play hard, you have to play fast. Was it, do you sometimes encounter your own boundaries in the music, or how do you stay away from that, from the boundaries?
I do both. I like to, I've been known, you know, very much to be one of the people in heavy music that has broken a lot of these boundaries, you know. But at the same time, I know when to say no. I know when something tells me this has gone too far, and I back up from it. And I've done it before in the studio or whatever. I back up from trying something that I think it's just really distant, too much, you know, for my fans and even for myself, you know. Even though the temptation is there, just sometimes do this.
do you have an example from one temptation that you barely couldn't stand? Let's say maybe to incorporate some kind of soul or R&B, or I don't know what.
No, actually, it's different than that.
Okay.
It was right after September 11. I was working with Neville Garrick, the artist from Bob Marley, and we're talking about Downstroy, the opening track, and that the song is really like a lot of power, a lot of just brutal, and a lot of it to do with what was going on in the world. And we got into this thing. He got into this thing, and he showed me that the American dollar bill, they had the eagle with 13 feathers, holding 13 arrows, 13 stars. Then he made a cover for a single that was that image with the buildings, with the twin towers in the back.
Okay.
I mean, they look amazing, you know. And but I think it would have been really kind of like at that time, because it was right after. I was tempted to use it just because it really was the truth, like, you know, how capitalism in America and all that works, you know, is even in the money. But I decided that Soulfly is really not like, you know, Rage Against the Machine type of band. We move on into like, I'm more, you know, spiritual, so I back up.
Oh, so no politics then.
That was one thing. The other thing was another design that he made, and had this Mexican mask, which is called Bird, middle age, old age, and death. And he put a picture of me in the middle, and he's talking about conquer death and things like that, and kind of freaked me out a little bit, you know. And I didn't want to use it. I didn't feel right, you know. I don't know. It was just like, it kind of freaked me out, and I told him I didn't want to use it, you know. And he's like, "Well, you gotta conquer death," and I was like, "Well, you know what?
No, but don't play with that. You mean?
Yeah, you know, some things I don't think you should stay away from it. You know, that's my belief. So I kind of feel what I can touch with, what I should not touch. You know, should not deal with it."